Okay, folks, big announcement. Roman Reigns is not going to be able to wrestle for a while. He's got to go away, and he's got to go home, and he's got to fight leukemia. And so it's a serious situation. Obviously, I'm still raw protesting, but I, was Twittering and YouTubing and Facebooking, and boom, someone on Twitter, or actually it was a Facebook group, said, is this for real? Roman Reigns. And then I found a YouTube clip. Someone had posted it within minutes. So yeah, I watched it. I watched Roman Reigns' speech. So I broke, the raw protest in a sense, because I watched the YouTube clip. But this is about a big thing. This is just one guy talking to another and kind of tipping the fucking hat to Roman Reigns, putting all politics aside. It's about a guy whose career is being put on pause, hopefully not cut short. Hopefully he'll be back, but I'm sure he doesn't know, meaning Roman Reigns doesn't know for sure one way or the other, but he's got to take care of himself. And so all you can do in a situation like this is wish the guy the best. He said he'll take prayers. We'll say prayers for Roman Reigns if you want. I'll do that. And just hope that this fucking cancer, leukemia, and I don't know much about leukemia. I don't know if leukemia is the same as cancer or an aspect of cancer or, a certain type. I really would have to do more research. But he said leukemia. He was very precise about that. I never knew he had it. I don't know if that was ever officially announced. And he doesn't have to officially announce it, but tonight he did. He brought it out to the surface, and good for him. So, for all the fans of Roman Reigns, and I'm not going to lie. I mean, I had a video just over the summer where I said I was kind of apathetic about Roman Reigns. Like, I appreciated his athleticism. I wasn't a big fan of his, but I also wasn't, I didn't hate Roman. I just didn't like how the WWE over-pushed the guy when the majority of the fans, from my perspective, didn't really want to see him in that top spot. Now, you can talk about the wrestling repercussions of this situation all day and all night. But first of all, I just want to share some good Roman Reigns memories, or just memories that pop out. I remember being, ironically, at the apartment of another guy named Roman, and we watched the Royal Rumble 2014. I think was it 14 or 15 that Roman Reigns won. And it was, of course, in Philadelphia, very controversial with Daniel Bryan. A lot of people wanted him to win that one, and he didn't. Roman eliminated, I think, the Big Show, and was it Kane at the end? So just a situation where, Roman got hurted from that audience. Roman had a lot of good matches. I mean, the Cena match, you couldn't say that the guy didn't have good WWE main event style matches. What they wanted, he was delivering, meaning the McMahon's, Triple H, whoever. They wanted that guy in that spot. He gave it to him. I think a lot of the flack towards Roman was that it felt like a forced push because Daniel Bryan wasn't the guy. Now, most important thing for Roman is just to go away, get healthy, fight this fucking thing. That's the biggest deal. Wrestling-wise, I guess they just announced that, what do they say, Brock and fucking, I guess they're just going to have a vacant title match between Brock and fucking Braun. I think that's a little, now I'm segueing, just so you know. But I kind of feel like, wouldn't it be nice if they just retired the Universal title, let AJ be the number one champion, and if Roman can come back, let him be the champion again. But I guess they want to have that each brand has their own title. And they're just going to give it to the winner of Braun and fucking Brock, which I don't agree with. I think the winner of Braun and Brock should fight the winner of that World Cup tournament. And then the winner of that, have that championship remain vacant till you get back to the States. And have the winner of the World Cup, that's half of the tournament. Braun and Brock are like half of the tournament. Then the two winning sides face each other at Survivor Series. That's what I would have done, but I'm not running the goddamn show, apparently. So now you're going to have a world title decided. 100% sure you'll have a new champion decided, that fucking crown jewel, if it's still in Saudi Arabia or not. Now, going back to Roman, I just want to, I can't say that I have all these Roman Reigns fucking thoughts and feelings. You know, the suffering succotash thing, I just saw that a couple of months ago, and it was funny. He really did seem like a guy who, you know, I think I saw some of the old Florida stuff from him when he was kind of like a Ric Flair, like a Samoan Ric Flair. And it did seem like he was more comfortable kind of doing his own thing. And when they really put him in this fucking, you know, superhero Roman Reigns routine for the last several years, it just, there was something about that felt a little Vince McMahon-y. So I think that's kind of why, you know, it just didn't click all the way. And so let's not romanticize this. Let's not, you know, like a couple of months ago when Roman, Dean, and fucking Seth reunited and put Braun through a table, I thought they were going to go full-on heel turn and let Roman be a heel and have Seth and Dean be like his little horseman guys. And have a heel shield, which I thought would have been great, and Roman could have just been himself. I just don't know if Roman ever really got to be himself, or got to take a character into different ways, be free. And that's the problem with WWE, is that sometimes success limits these guys, and the women too. So anyway, I'm still Raw protesting. I'm not watching Raw, but I'm not going to be a fucking jerk and not acknowledge the guy and not tip a fucking hat to the motherfucker. For busting his ass, taking a lot of shit from the fans, including me, and fucking bleeding at WrestleMania against Brock. I mean, that was a wild match. The Brock match was pretty good. But I'm not going to lie either and say I was the fucking biggest Roman Reigns fan in the world. I just say, hey, it is very important for him to fight this fucking leukemia. And, you know, God bless him. More power to him. And if he can help with his position of fame and celebrity to fucking raise awareness or raise funds, whatever, for leukemia people, that's great. Because as great and powerful as Roman Reigns is, you know that there's some fucking kid out there, some old person fighting leukemia every fucking day as well. So it's not just Roman who's leukemia. There's a lot of fucking diseases, cancer, military vets. I mean, you can go on and on. Children born, low infancy, you know, fucking all types of horrible things happen every fucking day. And just give Roman, you know, he said he had a kid and a wife, so I hope that they're taking care of him, he's taking care of them, and so on and so forth. That's all I really got to say. I mean, I'm trying to think of more. I mean, the WrestleMania with even the Brock match, you know, where he was taking a fucking beating from Brock and then Seth came in and cashed in, that was a pretty good performance by Roman. I mean, he did have a lot of good performances. I think between those bells, he was really when he excelled. You know, when the bell rang and the bell rang again, he was doing well. It's really just the thing that, you know, we can't romanticize this because the fans just never took to him like the WWE wanted, and that was always the conflict. But as far as being a guy who fucking wrestled and fucking worked his ass off, respect, thank you, Roman. Best of luck to him. And hopefully within I'm predicting he'll be back in 6 months. How about that? I'm going to go on the fucking record and say within 6 months this guy's going to be back. That's how I feel. I just have a feeling that that's going to happen. You know, nobody suggested this, but I'm going to be the jerk that said it. When I first heard of it, man, this thing just an hour ago or so, I was like, is this a fucking work? Are they fucking doing this? Are they going that far to work us? But it's obviously not. I mean, it's just like, that's, you know, you've been watching too much goddamn wrestling when you think that the Roman Reigns leukemia speech was a work. You know you've been watching too much wrestling. Maybe I need a fucking break. But anyway, Roman Reigns, good luck to you, man. Much respect. And to the fans, if you love them or hate them or boo them or cheer them or jeer them, you know, you got to say, you know, tip of the hat. Like Messier.